morning, boys and girls. Happy Monday. We're going to talk about the things we're going to learn this week. And this week, our class story is called Old MacDonald Had a Wood Shop. Now, this story is about farm animals using different tools to build something. This week, we're going to review characters. And remember, characters are the people and the animals that are in the story. So later on this week, Mrs. Parker is going to do a little lesson with you to review characters. So be on a watch for her video on Facebook. So we're also going to learn the letter O this week. Now, if you look at this letter O, the letter O is red. And the reason why it's red and it's not black like my other letters is because it's a vowel. It's to remind us that it's a vowel. Now, a vowel means it has a long sound and a short sound. So the letter O, the short sound is ah, like I have right here, an otter. Okay? Otter starts with the letter O. It has a short O. It also makes a long sound. Like in the middle of this word, you hear the word O. It makes an O sound. So the word is nose, O's. So in the middle of the word, you hear an O. Now, Mrs. Parker also went over with you long vowels. She did vowels last week. This week, we focus a lot on long vowels. You're going to see a lot of long vowels in some of our reading now. Remember, when there's two vowels in the word, boys and girls, the first one's long and the last one is silent. Now, we've been telling you that for a while now. Remember that silent E, and this is when that rule comes in place. So when there's two vowels in the word, the first one is long and the second one is silent. So we're going to focus a lot on that this week. Parents, in our Reading Street homework packet that we forward to you, I believe we're on week 2. So I think it's Unit 6, week 2 this week. There's a lot of reading, like sentences and words. And if you look through that, there's a lot of long vowels. So I suggest that you go over that this week with your child. It's extra work. It's a little extra practice, but it will help your child. It'll be good for first grade because they talk about long vowels in first grade. I just want to go over making uppercase O and lowercase o. When you make uppercase O and lowercase o, you need to remember that you have to start at the top. So you start at the top line and you curve it around, touch the bottom line, and you close it up. Same thing under the broken line, around and close it up. So there it is right there. So that's uppercase O and lowercase o. And it's a vowel, so it has two sounds. So it makes a ah sound, which is the short sound, and it makes a O sound, okay? Like open. And a lot of times that long O is in the middle with the two vowels, and the second, when it's at the end, the E is what? Silent. Very, very good job. All right. So I'm going to put that aside. So we're going to focus a lot on that this week. We will have a spelling test this week. It'll be at the end of the week. I'll do it on Friday. This week, I am going to give you some short O words, which is simple with the short O in the middle of the word. But I'm also going to give you some words with silent E at the end. We're going to talk about a long vowel, so it's going to have a silent E at the end. So try and remember that, okay? And practice those words from the homework sheet, and there will be some in your reading as well. Also, a lot of my parents keep asking me the reading workbook. What's the reading workbook? We've been doing it every day. So that's this book that your child has at home, okay? We do work in this every single day. This is all our worksheets that we do. So this week, what you need to do is pull out the story. You have to do it today, actually. Spin the top. Rip the page out, okay? Just rip it out of the book, fold it like a book, and then have your child read it to you. The children should be able to read this by themselves now. And then have them circle their sight words. That's what I usually do. It helps them remember their sight words too. So, again, this is the reading workbook. I know people keep asking me, so that's the only reason why I'm saying it. This is the orange Reading Street workbook, okay? It's called the Reading and Writing Notebook. Okay, that's what one of our stories are in. Another one of our stories this week is Fix the Big Box. This is the independent reading that children should be able to read by themselves. It's on the Pearson website. Please, please, please make sure you go on that website. All your child's stories are there. They can read them. There's videos of what we're going to learn this week. This week we're going to talk about prepositional phrases. There's a little video for that. There's a poem. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. There's something about characters, because we're going to talk about characters again this week. And then there's this book. There's a few other books as well that we put on there. Again, your child should be able to read this now. If not, sound the words out. If your child is still struggling with this book right here, please let us know. There is a lower level book that we can put them on. Or if your child's flying through this, shoot us an email. Say, Mrs. Parker, Mrs. Sackle, Mrs. Young, this book's too easy for my child, because there are higher level books that we can put your child on as well. So please make sure that your child's reading this story. It's very, very important. All right, our sight words this week. As you can see, sight words are getting a little bit harder as well. This is the word your, got, and over. Okay, so your, got, and over. So get your sight word book out. Write these in your sight word book so that you have them. Okay, and go over them every single night. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you can write a sentence. Write a sentence with the word your. Write a sentence with the word got. Write a sentence with the word over. So parents, if you want to push the children a little bit more, you can ask them to do that. Also, in the Reading Street homework packet that we send you, there's all kinds of extra worksheets in there. So if we don't assign one of those sheets, you're more than welcome to do those for practice. And like I said, there's tons of sentences and words to help you practice with the long vowels this week. So that's good for you guys to have. Now, this week, it might be a little tough for the children. I wish we were at school to learn this lesson. This week in math, we're going to talk about money. Now, we're going to try really, really hard. Parents, we're going to need your help at home. I am going to post a video after this. It's a great video. It helps the kids learn their coins. Now, kindergarten only needs to be able to identify their coin. That means tell me what it is and tell me the value. And then as we go on, they then start to count the coins up. So I'll give you like a nickel and then 2 pennies, and you have to tell me how much money you have. So we will add the coins, but right now we are just going to identify the coin. So boys and girls, this is called a penny. This is a penny. It has a head side and a tail side, and a penny is worth 1 cent. Okay, so this is a penny. And a penny is copper. It's a different color, so it's easy to find. It's called a penny, and it's worth 1 cent. This is a nickel. Now, a nickel has a head and a tail side, and it's worth 5 cents. Okay? Nickel has smooth sides around it, too. If you get your nickel, you'll see it. If you run your finger around it, it has smooth sides. And I'm telling you that because you might get tricked with a quarter, so I'm going to try and help you identify them. So this is a nickel, and it's worth 5 cents. And we know how to count by 5, so it'll be easy to count those. Now, this is called a dime. And a dime is the smallest. It's the smallest coin we're going to talk about, meaning the size, okay? But it's worth 10 cents. A dime is worth 10 cents. It has a head side and a tail side. Again, all the coins have a head and a tail side. And around the edges of the dime, it's a little bit rougher. If you put your hands around a real dime, it's a little bit rough, okay? And last is the quarter. We're going to learn about a quarter. Now, a quarter is 25 cents. It has a head side and a tail side. Now, this is an old quarter. The new quarters have the different states, but this is a bald eagle. And that's George Washington, boys and girls. So this is the head side, and this is the tail side. And this has rough sides, too, when you feel around a real quarter, because sometimes children get confused with the nickel and the quarter. So parents, you might want to show them, like, the different size and how the quarter has the little... It's a little rough around the sides, and the nickel's nice and smooth. Because what I would like you to do is put the coins out at the end of the week, put a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter, and have them identify them that way. So again, this is a quarter and it's worth 25 cents. I will continue talking about money. Well, we all will, Mrs. Packer, Mrs. Sacco, and I. Hopefully the children don't have any problems with it. We'll probably in the Zoom classes, I know my class, I'm going to talk about it when I Zoom you, and I'll hold up the coins and ask you what they are, and we'll talk about it. And I'm sure Mrs. Packer and Mrs. Sacco will do it as well. And then we will check back and look at your math worksheets to make sure you're understanding money. And parents, if your child's having a hard time, please let us know, because I want to really make sure the children get the money, the concept of, what the value is and what they are. I think that is all that we're going to talk about this week. Actually, I am going to ask the children this week. We're going to do a little writing assignment this week, and we're going to talk about how you feel. So I got this new book. It's called Marvelous Me. And later on this week, I might come on and I'm going to read it to you guys. And then I'm going to ask you, how do you feel today? So there's many ways. We have all different kinds of feelings. This is one of our write-in assignments that we would usually do. We would talk with the children in our call-ins write-in and ask them to write a sentence about how they feel today. So again, if I don't get to this to you, I'm going to try really hard to read this to you. I'll see if I can find the video as well. Hopefully there's a video and I can play that as well. After the video, I'm going to ask you to tell me how you feel today. And you're going to write a sentence. You're going to write, today I feel silly. And then tell me why. Because, and you would tell me why. Or you could say, today I feel happy. And then you tell me why you feel happy. Or I feel sad. And tell me why you feel sad. So that is something to just think about. I will be asking the children. I'm going to pop on probably, I don't know when. I'm thinking maybe, Thursday maybe I might do it with the children. But I will let you know ahead of time. I'll put it on Facebook. Or Mrs. Packer or Mrs. Sacco will tell you. So again, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to learn. We're going to focus on the letter O. We have a lot of reading things to do. So I want you all to have a wonderful week. I will see you all back on here soon. And if there's anything you need, parents, please make sure you reach out to us. Have a great week. Bye-bye.